Hello everyone, Coach Rob here, out in these beautiful woods. Just a beautiful day here in Northern California. Birds are chirping, sun is shining, just wonderful. Feels so good. I love being out here in the woods, which actually is the perfect place to talk about the subject of today, which is where do you put your attention on a daily basis, on a minute by minute basis? And what kind of impacts can that have on your life? So I want you to think about this for a second. Probably most of us have experienced this at some point or another. You go to buy a new car. Well, I guess you buy that new car. And then you're driving to work the next day, and all of a sudden, everywhere you look, everyone seems to be driving the same car as you. Now, what's up with that? Is it really that all of a sudden there's just 1,000 new cars exactly like the one you just bought on the street? Or is it they've always been there, you just weren't necessarily paying attention to them? And now that you're in that car and that's where your attention is, that's where you're focused, now you see all those same cars. So we can think about this and apply this to our lives in really fun but really powerful ways. So let's think about one scenario. We probably all know that person. It's kind of like that character in Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore, or it's kind of like, the Scrooge. It's that person that just always seems to be seeing all the bad, all the negative. It's that person in our office or at school or wherever that just seems to be like grumpy. And no matter what is happening, they see it through this lens, they see it through this filter of negativity. Their attention seems to always be on the bad. Well, what do you think that probably brings more of into their life? Yeah, more bad. It's like they become like magnets for negativity because that's what they're seeing, that's what they're focused on, and that's what they are attracting more of into their life. Now, what if we turn this around? What if we were to start practicing seeing the good in things? And I know, sometimes when you're down and out and things are really hard, you feel like life is just kind of like beating at you a little bit. This is easier said than done. But I'm not saying you have to do a whole 180 degree, mindset shift overnight. But, what if it's just practicing a couple times a day? Just seeing something. What if it's starting with something so small as just a little gratitude practice? For me, one of the things I always love is that first cup of coffee in the morning. Just holding that mug of just that warm, fresh coffee and smelling that beautiful aroma. A lot of days I have my coffee, then I come out here in the woods, right? And something as simple as just hearing the birds chirping in the trees. I don't have to spend all day on that, but I can spend 30 seconds, even a minute, just tuning into that and just saying a quick thank you that I get to be here in these woods. Even if I have to work in an hour, right now I'm in these woods and I get to experience this beauty and hear that bird chirping. And so what we do is we start just slowly training ourselves to start looking at the positive. And what happens when we do? Well, it's like seeing your car all over the place. You start to see the positive. And when you start to see more positive and you become more positive, guess what you attract more of into your life? Yeah, positivity and other positive people. There's a universal law that I just think is so true, and boy, in my life I've experienced it more and more as I go on, and that is Like attracts like. You know, the other way of seeing this is the classic quotation, misery loves company, right? That person in the office, that Eeyore, that Debbie Downer, the negative Nancy. Have you ever noticed how those people tend to kind of group together? And I'm not hating on that. I know we all get into ruts in life. And that's okay. And things can change, and negative Nancy can become a whole new person. I'm not trying to hate, but what I'm saying is that those habits aren't necessarily the most productive, and they seem to bring more bad. So we can shift around, even if it's just a couple minutes a day, to look at what we're thankful for and start putting on that attitude of gratitude. Boy, so much can open up for us, and we can bring in so much more goodness into our lives. So just another little quick tidbit for my morning talks here. This is Coach Rob signing off for now, but I encourage you all to practice that just a little bit today, even if it's for 60 seconds. And if you forget, set a little reminder on your iPhone. Tell Siri, remind me at 2 p.m. to stop for a minute. Whatever you need to do, just start doing it. Experiment around with it. See what happens for you. All right, bye for now.